What's up, y'all? Welcome to Talk and Draw episode 6. In today's episode, I don't really have any special note other than to say like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Helps out the channel a lot, and I appreciate it. Thank you, peace out, and enjoy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Talk and Draw. In today's episode, I wanted to take a similar path to what I did in episode 4 and tell y'all a story. Except this one's going to be a little bit later in my life, 6th grade. Wanted to talk about the time my history teacher racially profiled me in front of the classroom. You know, come to think of it, this actually might not have been a history class. I could be scrambling up my details. But for starters, I had this teacher. I don't want to drop his real name because even though this nigga attempted to humiliate me in front of the classroom, I still have respect for people. He is one of those people because, believe it or not, we did end up actually getting close after this whole incident happened. Not too close, because, you know, teachers be going to jail for stuff like that nowadays, you know. Can I make that joke? How this whole situation started was one day in class, we were assigned to do a project where we had to create an airplane based off of parts that he'd given to each group in the class, and I was in a group with a couple of other of my friends at the time. And, you know, we were acting a fool, just talking, doing what 6th graders do, being loud and, you know, shit like that. That's what the classroom sounds like when everybody's talking at the same time. So obviously, while he's trying to give instructions, when everybody is screaming at the top of their lungs, we're not paying attention. So as I'm sitting there talking to my friend, we're getting so caught up in our conversation, which at the time was about Transformers, I believe. We got lost in our conversation. And while the class was quieting down, we were, like I said, so focused that we didn't notice. So we just kept talking, same volume, still loud, talking about, oh, Optimus Prime, backflip, Megatron, you know, a whole bunch of kid shit. But apparently he didn't take too kindly to that, seeing as how, as the class went quiet and we were still being loud, he took it upon himself to not say anything to us specifically. He just sat there with this menacing look, and I'm gonna put a picture up right now so I can give you an idea of how evil this nigga looked staring at us. But like, I don't even really want to say us because his eyes were directed at me. I know because when I noticed how quiet the class was, I turned to look, and we're making eye contact. So I'm like, oh, what did I do? Now, you know, having been in school for 6 years, it wasn't exactly hard to understand what he was trying to get across. He was basically saying, it's the universal sign of teachers to tell kids to be quiet. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to just stop talking, you know? Or at least that's what I would have done if I wasn't an ignorant-ass little 6th grade child. So I did lower my voice, yes. And I let him, you know, get to the middle of the classroom. And then he started explaining, oh, you know, aviation, big planes you guys are going to make, and we're going to throw them outside on the big field, and whoever flies the farthest gets like a fucking coupon to, I don't know, Walgreens or something. I don't remember what the prize was, but it was that type of competition. That's what the project entailed. So when he was in the middle explaining all that, me and my friend are still chit-chatting about the movie, except we're kind of whispering now. Not as much, not really whispering. I can give an accurate example. It's more like, you know, and it was like progressively getting louder because we're still talking about the movie, and it was exciting, you know? I don't know if any of y'all watched the Transformers movies, but those shits were fire back in the day. They still kind of hit now. The 5th one was trash. That's a whole different conversation. Anyway, as we're talking about this, he notices, and I noticed that he stopped talking again. And, you know, my friend just goes back to writing some BS on his paper, and then I'm just looking at my teacher again. And then I'm like, I don't know why, but like when situations get really tense, I tend to smile and like hold back a laugh, because laughing somehow just like, I don't know what it does, but that's just how I am. I've always been like that. I'm still like that now. And that part of me came out in this situation. So I'm holding back a laugh, and then this dude says to me, he puts the marker down on the whiteboard, folds his arms, stares me dead in my face, and says, "You have one of the sneakiest smiles I have ever seen in my life. Call your mom." I said, "Huh?" He was like, yeah, that's right. I said it. Call your mom in front of the class. Go right here. The phone's right over there. You see it, don't you? Call your mom. Go. And I'm still sitting at my desk, baffled at the fact that this dude is really gonna make me call my mother, who at this point isn't in my life, in front of the classroom. So I was like, I don't really understand why I have to do this, but you seem pretty upset, so I'll do that. And he was like, yeah, go, do it right now, otherwise you're going to the principal's office. And I was like, okay. Okay. So I walk up to the classroom, still smug, and I'm smiling even more now because at this point I know I'm about to make this nigga look like a fool. Because like I said, my mom ain't around, so if I call her, she ain't finna pick up. That's not what's gonna happen. So I dial the number. Beep boop boop beep boop beep boop boop beep. Brrr, brrr. Your call cannot be answered as dialed. Please try again at another phone number if you would like to come. What did I say? He was like, he's still standing there, swaying back and forth, cockily, as if like he's like really about to do some damage to my life. And I'm like, yeah, she didn't pick up. And he was like, go to the principal's office. So I left the classroom, I left the classroom feeling accomplished. I walked out laughing. And I really didn't think too much of the situation at the time, but looking back on it, he was really like intent on getting me in trouble, even though it was both me and my friend conversing, like we were being the disruptions to the classroom. But he chose me. Why? Because he's racist. Kinda. Probably not. No, yeah, he was definitely racist. But, so I go up there. I end up getting in contact with my dad. I tell him about the situation, and at the time, my dad was working at a whole different middle school than the one that I was in. So afterwards, when he got off work, he had me wait in the front office for a little bit. He comes down, then he goes to talk to the teacher himself. He has me explain the situation to him again, and the teacher's like, "Yup, that's what happened. Yeah, that's what went down." Then my dad, he asked, "Son, step outside for a minute." And I was like, "Oh, are you sure?" He was like, "Yeah, go outside. Wait, we'll head to the car afterwards." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I walk out the door, and at first I walk a little far back because I'm thinking like, you know what, maybe I'll just go sit in the office, get some water, maybe like see if I can finesse somebody for some money to get something from the vending machines. But no, I was curious as to why he had asked me to step out. I thought, it was just like grown up talk, and I couldn't hear it. But I was like, nah, fuck that. It's my dad. I hear him talk all the time. I go up to the door, press my ear to it, and I hear, "Whoever you think you are, telling my son to get out of the classroom when it was him and his friend talking. You're racist. That's prejudice, and your people make me sick." So I backed my ear away from the door, and this went on for at least 5 minutes. And then afterwards, I don't even want to say me and the teacher. I know I said in the beginning me and him got close, but I think it was mainly due to the fact that my dad screamed the fear of God into this man. Like, but yeah, that's about how that went down. Then for the year that followed, before I don't remember if he quit or he retired, one of the two. He used to give me free lunch. That's how that went. I would come to his classroom with one of my other friends who he was actually cool with, and we would get free lunch and we would eat in there. So that situation worked out for the best for me, but it definitely wasn't something that I am, fond, that I have fond memories of, because it's a pretty serious problem when you think about it. Like, that situation could have gone much differently had I not said anything to my dad, or had my mom actually picked up, and he would have felt like he had some sort of power over me in the situation that he had put me in. But I don't really have like a moral for this story. I kind of just wanted to tell it because it popped in the back of my head. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and the art that you see, I hope you like that too. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe for more content coming on later. Thank you. Peace out.
You're